David just takes him out there. I think that was a pretty standard hand.
Didn't thingy have
Oops, wrong
sorry,
thing.
I mean Chris. I'm gonna get my analysis on that. He three bet shoved. Three bet shoved because he potted the flop, and then the guy basically shoved. He just called. But he's committed a lot of his stack, but he can still find a fold there because they're roughly even. If he folds more or less, maybe
I
he's a bit less.
no, I think I thought he was well behind right there. That's I'm gonna try and find the hand. I've got so many hands in this thing, but okay, that's wrong. That's the wrong one. There was a lot of hands there. I'm guessing it's this one. There we go. Um, I personally think.
Replay.
Okay,
Big
so
up break. Let's put it in the screen. Jesus.
it's mostly in the screen. There we go. Okay, so
Right,
it
he pot three bets free,
yeah,
which is fairly standard.
and then he flops
That's
a boat.
like, I don't. No, I'm talking more from Max Power's point of view here.
Yeah, go on.
Plain hand. I don't mind him C betting the flop, but potting it for me is retarded. And I'll tell you why. Because it is not impossible for Davies to have queens or a six here. He can easily have a six. He can easily have queens. Now I think he should half pot bet it so he can get away from the hand. Because as you said, he's got very dry aces. He's got no redraws. If he had like aces with the ace of hearts and like the ten of hearts, fair enough. If he had like, I don't well, but he's got no redraws there, so he's basically just going with his aces. And if he's wrong, he's drawing to an ace. So personally, I just like him half pot betting and seeing what Davids does. In my opinion, especially when you've got the ace of hearts. Didn't he have the ace of hearts, Matt Power? I think he did. Yeah, he
Yeah.
has the ace of hearts. So Davids is never really shoving, not the nut flush draw, and I don't think he's shoving the nut flush draw even on a paired board that often. But even if he did, it's in his range. I think it's in his raised shoving range. So when he has the ace of hearts, he can basically be confident that the shove over the top of him isn't a flush draw. It's almost always going to be queen six, six, just an S6, quad sixes or full house. Because he's not doing it with kings. He's not doing it with. It's unlikely that both have aces. Basically, he overcommits himself. He then can't fold, and the times he's behind, he's basically drawing dead almost, but he's not quite. But basically, he overplayed him. He gave himself no margin for error. I think you can get away from aces on that flop, personally. Just my opinion. Especially against David, who hasn't shown himself to be a massive bluff monkey. So
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
No, I like it. I mean, I've sort of got to agree with the better Omaha player, so. um, well, you know, I've got no logic to say anything different. So you know, but I think your reasoning was perfectly, seemed perfectly reasonable to me. So you know,
Perfectly reasonable reasoning.
perfectly reasonable reasoning. Yes.
Who you going for?
Slevin, definitely. I want Slevin to win.
I don't have a preference for who will win, but from what I've seen, David seems possibly a better player, but only on the Omaha side.
So you think Slevin might be better at Hold'em and David's at Omaha?
I would say, from what I've seen, the golf in David's Omaha game is greater than the golf in Slevin's Hold'em game. So I'm going for the Cowboy.
You're going for the Cowboy. Okay, well. Oh well, it might be over quickly. Slevin. Well, I said Slevin was quite tight before, but I mean, he did play quite tight against me. But in all these games after that, he's been like ridiculously aggressive.
Mm. He's off to a good start here. It's really good just to get a good start heads up because then you can start to push the action a lot more.
Yeah,
Because obviously one-on-one it's a lot more advantage than being over six max or ring table.
definitely agree.
Well, that's a snap call.
Yeah, that was
I don't
it.
think he doesn't snap call there with the straight. So I think he might have a flush, Levin.
Yeah, I think I think you're
He's
right.
probably got something like he might have like the Jack ten of spades or something like that. Like maybe the Queen ten of spades. I don't know. Oh no, he definitely doesn't have Queen ten of spades. Obviously not. He's gonna have like. Actually, what having said that, you could flat the Queen ten of spades. You've got the nut flush draw and you've got the nut straight. You are in stunning shape.
Yeah. I don't know. With Jack ten of spades, I probably raised that we can get it in on the flop. I don't know. I'm really combo draws. Just I hate flattening them and then missing on the turn because like you lose so much equity. Your biggest equity is always on the flop. So
The reason I wouldn't raise with the Queen ten of spades on that flop is that you're not getting called by very much. You're not getting called by weaker flush draws because you've got the nut flush draw. You've also he would have had like the ten of spades, so the best he could hope for was the Jack X of spades. And if he's got the straight, the other guy can basically only really call with a straight on that board because it's so draw heavy. There's already a completed draw out there in theory. Like you know, I just think you're getting. Oh, that's a horrible callback. I don't reward him. One time. Oh my god, that's so annoying.
I assume you just got sucked out on.
No, sort of. He limped. No, he min raised ace 9 under the gun. I shoved ace queen. He snap called. He did not have to snap call. He didn't have to call. And we both split with a flush.
Oh dear. Oh well, but better than a 9 peeling if you want to look on the optimistic side.
That is the optimistic side. Fairly small pot for 65. Very good. Very good. Slevin's pulled it back a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, I don't really know who won actually, because I mean, I don't know. I guess you've gone for the cowboy, so I'll go for Slevin. I'll go for the ninja.
To be clear, this isn't who I want to win. This is just who I think will win.
Yeah, but I did say at the start I think Slevin will win anyway, so it's like Slevin's asking for a deal, I think, sort of.
Do you want to write him that they shouldn't deal because it affects the leaderboard? They don't want to do that, so could you write that?
Okay.
They should have turned that function off. I said they should have a while back, but they didn't listen.
I said it'll affect the leader bop hard.
Oh, for God's sake, tell them they're not allowed, because that's the screws. Pause the video.
Okay. Okay, we're back, and not much has happened. They went on to, they were gonna do it. Well, they both clicked to view a deal, and then they didn't deal. So that's pretty much what's happened, and yeah, that's about it. Not much more to say. Just recording, hoping that Slavin's been more aggressive, in my opinion, but it's sort of it's a bit volatile at the moment.
I haven't got anything to say on it.
I assume you're just playing. I'm guessing.
No, I've just had one of those sessions where nothing goes right.
Yeah.
So whatever, I'll focus on the commentary.
Yeah, they are good sessions. I mean, I do like the ones where everything goes right though. They're the fun ones.
Fairly small pot going here.
Yeah. It's I just can't say much because it's mostly a lot of it's just raise, call, check down, and there's just not much to say on it.
No.
But it is the final, so I'm gonna record as much as I can.
Do you like that I've started calling Perry Gull?
Would I like it if you started calling Perigal?
I've started doing it. I just want your opinion, really.
If you want to be needling them all the time, then I guess it's a decent needle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit mean because he's I don't think he's a girl.
Cracking banter about him.
And,
Okay, 75. Snap called by Slevin. 9 on the board. Suddenly, pocket pairs go up in value.
yeah.
And that feels like possibly a pocket pair bet from Slevin, and that feels like an actual pocket pair bet for nice quads, of course. I imagine Slevin had something like I want to say like jacks.
Yeah. I'll see. Uh, I'll see what I think, even though it's not much to base on. Send 5, call, and there's the 9. It probably was. I don't know. Would you play jacks that passive on that turn? I think you bet the jacks on the turn, unless you're trying to induce. I mean, and David's made this really small raise of quads. Okay.
I think I think that's fine checking jacks on the turn because you're not actually looking to get it all in. Because if the guy has aces, kings, or queens, he's gonna continue betting that turn. If he's got a 9, he will check that turn a lot of the time, and therefore just a bit of pot control for the times that you are behind to a higher full house or quads. But I think you could rule out queens, kings, aces there. I think he can kind of have smaller full houses, and he can also have quads, but when he is out of position like he was, it's a standard value bet on the river, and the raise was so small. I think he had to just make a crying call, but he's always beat there when that raise gets put in.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's too small.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree.
You could put a case forward for continue if he had jacks for raising the turn, but he checked. He was out of position, so the guy checked back. Wasn't he?
Wait there.
I think Slevin was out of position, I think, during that hand.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so he, like, I would put him on jacks here a lot of the time. Like, if he had 10s, then I think he's going to possibly... He could have 10s, but it's unlikely.
Like 10s in a set of 10s, as in a river.
Well, he'd have a full house.
Yeah, I know, but a set of 10, like... it makes a lot of difference, like... If he has,
but you're only really getting, like, no, I think he would probably play us 10s the same way. But I would basically say he had 10s, jacks, queens. I don't think he has kings races, because I don't think he 3-bet free. So. Just my opinion. Okay, good. I've got someone down to 2 outs again. Boom. That's a pretty big pot for me. Boom. Big turn. Boom. Nuts. Nice.
So, they didn't squat on you this time?
He didn't, but limp calling a shove with ace-5 is just abysmal.
How many big blinds is it for?
Like 11.
Yeah.
When there's a limp under the gun, I'm not shoving any 2.
Yeah, obviously, but like, yeah, it's he limped under the gun with ace-5. That's retarded.
I had ace-jack, so
good.
Focus on this though, because
so by 2 outs you mean 3 outs? Okay.
No, because I flopped the flush draw.
Okay. Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, I wasn't wrong this time. Oh, nose blow. Oh, big pot, no. Hold the nose blow, big pot.
Yeah, it's not really a big pot at all. King 5, how does...
King high.
I wasn't really watching, let's see. Boom, Queen Jack and King 5. Okay, they mainly... Wow, okay, calls with the King High. I don't mind the call with the King High. I mean, I fall to a river bet, obviously, but...
Calling the turn with King High is pretty strong. Especially with, like, King 5 as well.
He had the gut shot.
He had the gut shot, yeah.
So, would you never min raise in Omaha? Or...
not pre.
Yeah.
Maybe if we got deep, but not into shoving territory.
Do you usually pot? Or do you usually 2.5 exit?
I'd probably pot it up to like 60, 120.
Wow, really that long?
Like, 50, 100, I continue to pot it. Maybe I'd 2.5 it then. No. I just think that you can 3x it, like, until it gets to the point where it's obviously ridiculous. I think I stop 3xing when it gets to 60, 120.
Fair enough.
What? It's just the way I play.
No, is this in Hold'em and Omaha, or...?
Yeah. Ooh, aces.
Wow, Slevin's getting ground down.
As we say in Wales.
Yeah, he's getting murked.
Blood.
He's getting rinsed.
Yeah, rinsed works as well. Good, you're learning. Oh wow! How do you limp under the gun and then fold to a 3x raise? That's just absolutely mental.